Tonight on DCS Addons Spotlight. The supercarrier gets a new paint on the deck. The MIG-21 cockpit is being reconditioned. We get new labels and icons for our operations. And our FOBs get improved with new additions. This and more on How I Play. Hello virtual pilots, I'm Andre Celesti and welcome to the 6th episode for the Addons Spotlight Series, where we take a look at the most recent add-ons available for DCS World. If you find yourself checking the user section of the DCS page very often for unique missions files, skins, fixes and immersive add-ons, well, you'll be right at home here at How I Play. Of course, we won't manage to show all of them here on the channel, so if you know of something that we missed, message us down below and we will take a look in a future episode. We are back in the studio and ready to switch for full-time work for the channel. This wouldn't have been possible without your amazing support. So without further ado, let's start! One of our favorite creators out there, M-28, just released their beta version for their assets pack. That now includes some new detail objects and emplacements with new HESCO structures and sandbags, new containers and towers, and the ability to put soldiers inside the structures. Nice! The author also mentioned that he will try to add destruction models as well. All in all, a great pack that has become a must-have for my operations. Next, we have a named ABRAMS livery pack, a selection of liveries with kill markings and names as often found on the real ABRAMS tanks. Some of my favorites are 99 Problems, Abandon All Hope, Call of Cthulhu, and Hold My Beer. I leave you to discover the rest. Then we have a CHEVRON marking pack for the ABRAMS. These are liveries with company and platoon recognition markings as seen in various recent conflicts such as the Gulf War. This one I used in one of my Apache missions. And sticking with ground assets livery, we have the 4th Armored Division, 37th Tank Battalion, Casey Jones for the M4 Sherman, a livery found on the M4A3 belonging to the 4th Armored Division of the US Army. The real tank is on display in Middletown, Pennsylvania, USA. Next up, something that may interest some of you. Some custom mission editor icons that replace mission editor Russian icons with custom ones. It's a breath of fresh air and I wish more would be released even by ED. Keep in mind this one will void the integrity check, so you won't be able to join protected servers. The add-on is still work in progress, but I tested it in my single player missions and I gotta say, it kinda grew on me. Then, a new addition in the user file section is the M-28 SKYTRUCK with 3 variants. These are AI-only mods by PRC Cowboy. This is a multi-mission aircraft that can be deployed for troops and cargo transport, medevac, maritime patrol and reconnaissance missions. It is an improved version of the Antonov 28 aircraft. The included variants of the M-28, MC-145 and Antonov 28 are switched using loadouts in order to choose the various configurations. The types are split between 2 planes assets. It includes various liveries with different configurations. The MC-145B Soma variant can also be equipped with the AGM-114, M-260 Hydra rockets and external fuel tanks. Keep in mind there is also a cargo slot included with no payload option currently. This is reserved for future development to allow loading paratroops and paradropping cargo. Then we have an interesting project for the MIG-21. Reworked cockpit labels with font and many typos fixed. This is a complete rework of almost all the labels and placards in the cockpit, both day and night versions. Color adjustment to reflect deeper black painted used on the 21s. Font typos, wrong labels are all fixed and the night backlighting now has a bit more bleed to it. Sadly, there is no English label version and there will be no English label version. Well, good to know. The add-on is work in progress and the author has more things to do like the SAO panel and the RSBN panel, and he is thinking about different cockpit colors. Now, as we remember, in the future there will be an official major cockpit overhaul for the bird. So that will probably involve a complete redoing of the entire thing in terms of both mesh and textures. We can only wish good luck for the author and thank you for the fixes and improvements for the time being. Now, coming back to a few liveries, we have a Soviet T-55 livery pack with 5 different examples of T-55s in the Soviet service. Then we have 5 basic U-boats liveries for a bit more variety while doing some sub-hunting. Moving on, we discovered the Tank Museum T-347-848 M Churchill Mark 7. This livery represents the last Churchill ever built, and it never saw service. It was delivered straight to the School of Tank Technology, and it has been preserved at the Tank Museum in Bowington, United Kingdom, as a Churchill Crocodile flamethrower tank. Then we have a British livery for the M4 Sherman. This represents a vehicle from the Guards Armored Division in Northwest Europe between 1944 and 1945. This example is found at the Imperial War Museum in London. Moving on, we found a darker and less glossy deck for the supercarrier and Stennis. This mod is set to fix one glaring problem that the supercarrier and the free Stennis have: the overly glossy flight deck. It makes the deck a bit darker and much less reflective, so the runway markings are now clear, visible on approach, as in real life. It passes the integrity check in multiplayer, might even marginally improve your performance. Well, that's music to my ears. And last but not the least, we have a change of French, English, Spanish cockpit labels and instruments to show all in English for the Mirage F1. I think this will upset quite a few of our guys, but what can you do? Let's continue. The mod comes with better VR visuals and less dark texture. This Mirage F1 cockpit mod represents the English labels with failures and instruments as well. The author tries to provide a better visibility in VR conditions. Added a front table to calculate quickly the QFE for bombing attack modified metal nest channel plus a little clear black textures. This is to make the plane less dark in certain situations. It has reduced the textures in order to preserve VRAM, which is always a welcome addition, and this add-on passes the integrity check in multiplayer. And that's it for today. A big thank you for my hip crew that supports the channel with news and content, and funny business as well. Here I would like to mention Commander Iskander Huari, Captain Daniel L, and Dieter Nussbaumer for their incredible donations in the last few weeks. And also on our Discord we got boosted by the Reichsmarschall not too long ago. Big thank you for all of your support, guys, and we have big plans here at How I Play for the entire community. It's all thanks to you. So, thank you all for watching. If you want to support our channel, feel free to use the thanks button that was recently implemented by YouTube, and remember to leave us a like if you find our video informative. And subscribe to keep in touch with all the latest news on our favorite simulators and games. I'm Andre Celesti, reminding you to fly safe, and I'll see you next time.